Hey there, friends. Jim Miller, Pure Gravel, coming at you with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show here on the grounds at Unbound in Emporia, Kansas. I get a chance to spend a few minutes with world champion, world record holder, and Kansas native, Ashton Lambie. Ashton, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jim.
Appreciate you, buddy. What is new? We chatted a little bit at Rock Cobbler. Luckily, you didn't get hit by the bull, which was nice.
I didn't get hit by the bull, yeah.
You were probably well ahead of the group at that time, or did you see any of the bull?
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember specifically seeing a bull.
Okay.
Hopefully I didn't. That was probably the part where, like, once we hit the mountain bike stuff, I was just, like, absolutely getting passed constantly.
I find that hard to believe.
It was some of the stuff where it was, like, a little bit of a drop-off, and people would just be, like straight set, and I was like, I don't know what's on the other side. I would like to stop and, like, look at it, and then go. Okay.
Native of Kansas, you grew up on a lot of these roads and the trails and the gravel and things like that. What's some of your memories of riding and learning how to ride and race and stuff like that on these roads?
Yeah, I mean, I've been down to Emporia, you know, several times. I've ridden down here from Lawrence. That's always really fun, get to do that. I mean, the gravel around here is just so varied, and like the conditions can be pretty varied.
It's different between here and Lawrence, right? This is more of the flint rock and stuff like that, and up in Lawrence it's more the hard packed gravel road we would normally think of.
And even from here, I feel like it's pretty different gravel whether you go north out of here or south out of here.
So weird.
Yeah, dude. It's like little. I mean, you got to be pretty specific, you know, like if you're like, oh well, the size of the rocks and like the way they grade the roads in this county and blah blah blah, and like, you know, what's the substrate beneath the rocks, and there's all these like really small details, but you know, if you're riding it for hours and hours and hours, like you kind of start to notice that stuff, and you're like, oh, this county grades the road and it's really bad, like just weird stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's fun to visit that and like see some of these roads again.
You've jumped into this gravel thing pretty much full time now. You've had a few races under your belt. What's your take so far?
It's been awesome, man. I mean, the scene's changed a ton. I mean, I've been kind of doing some gravel races, but I would say on like a lesser scale, you know, like when I was racing track in 2018, 19 was when I won the 100 miler of this.
Okay.
So it's been a few years, and like doing some of the shorter distances too. So, man, the scene's changed a ton since I did the 200 in 2016.
It seems like it's changed a ton just from last year.
Oh God, yeah.
And just the vibe, the people, the number of vendors and things like that.
Yeah. It's massive.
Talk about the training difference between these massive distance events versus what you were used to on the track. Obviously more volume and things like that, but is there anything like way more specific that you've had to start bolting onto your training program?
I mean, really just more volume, period.
Okay.
You know, there was never any long ride when I was doing track was like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And now that's like, you know, a little bit more of an average day, and like a long ride day might be 6 hours. But it's the nice thing is that like I've started from square one of training for distance before. Okay. So it's kind of like I'm not doing 200-mile training rides, but I am like, okay, if I can do a 6-hour ride and feel okay, like that's a good indicator that I'll be able to have fun at the 200.
Yeah. What we've noticed too is there's a big influx of some Euro pros and stuff like that that are all digging into this U.S. gravel scene.
Yeah.
What does that make about us? What does that say about the future of the sport here?
I mean, it shows that people care, and like you know, that it is going to continue to get more competitive and like bring in more elite riders.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big opportunity to like bring up the standing of the sport, but also like still keep it accessible and still keep it fun. You know, that more people show up because they want to ride with the pros, and this is such a unique event because there's that opportunity.
Yeah, and they're just riding by us. Like you got to keep your eyes open because you never know who you're going to see almost.
Right. Which is cool. Like it's fun to be out on a gravel road and then run into, you know, Lachlan Morton or whoever else you see.
Yeah.
Like there aren't very many opportunities where you get to line up with those guys.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
What are the other races on your calendar for the rest of summer into the fall?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the whole Grand Prix series.
Yep.
There's a handful of other races that I'm doing, like the Rift out in Iceland.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Lauf's a big sponsor.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to do that race last year, and Iceland is like incredible.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. So I'm really excited to go out and do that one. Gravel Worlds will be on the list.
Okay.
You know, I love riding around Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah, those are like the big ones. I think there might be some more exploring. Is this the XL?
We got something going on here.
Woo!
So the XL is about to kick off here in a little bit, I think. So we've got some people getting ready to roll out for that.
Love that.
350 miles, that's nuts.
That's a long ways.
I don't do that in a month usually.
So yeah, there will be stuff like that the rest of the schedule.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're a huge name in the sport, and it's great that you're able to jump in and give that sort of attention. Are you going to get back into the track thing at all, do you think, or just kind of sideline that for the time being?
I've got some other projects that I'm working on that are like kind of along the same vein of training.
Okay.
But I don't know that it'll be on the track specifically.
Ooh, okay.
But maybe like some more shorter distance stuff.
Okay, we'll have to check back in a little down the road and see what these plans are.
Yeah, man.
Can we take a good look at this really awesome
100%.
bike?
100%. Yeah,
cool.
let's get in it.
Let's get it up on the stand.